Hi, this is Richard from Mahonia Consulting here with the first in a short series of introductory videos for people who are interested in starting nonprofit organizations. Today we'll look at some common problems. I'm going to make some assumptions in these videos, for instance that you're thinking about starting a charitable organization of some sort, broadly defined, and that you're doing this in the US. I'll also make a few assumptions about you based on my work with others who have done this. You're an inspired person who wants to change the world. You're not trying to get rich, you just want to have a positive impact on your community. You've heard about others who have taken the leap, and they have done a lot of good things. In fact, there are more than 1.5 million nonprofit organizations in the United States, and over 1 million of those are designated as charitable by the Internal Revenue Service. So starting a nonprofit must be a piece of cake, right? After all, there are so many of them. A lot of people may assume this, but a lot of people would be wrong. In fact, properly establishing a nonprofit endeavor can be kind of complicated. There are a lot of folks who take a look at the required paperwork and assume that this is the most difficult part, but not so fast. The internet has a lot of good information about how to properly fill out and file all that paperwork, although there's some bad information in the mix as well. And there are also plenty of capable professionals who are ready and willing to assist you in navigating the bureaucracy, usually for a fee. But in my experience, the worst problems surface after the paperwork has been filed, after the organization has been formally established, when you are starting to do the work that you set out to do. Each organization is different, of course, but some typical problems tend to pop up again and again. For one thing, many nonprofit founders don't realize the full extent of the work that is entailed. Once the programs begin, there are usually unexpected activities that must be performed just to deliver the services. Additionally, program work requires that you establish supporting services, like a good decision-making process, IT services, bookkeeping systems, financial controls, proper insurance policies and risk management procedures, and, if you need paid staff, payroll and human resource systems. This extra work tends to overwhelm many founders, but we're not done. Doing all this stuff requires raising the money to pay for it. Many people assume that there will be plenty of grant money available from foundations to help out. The sad reality is that this is largely untrue. 70% of nonprofit funding comes from fees for goods or services. Contributions only account for about 30%. Of these contributions, 75% come from individuals. Foundations only give about 13%, and that's 13% of the 30%, or 4% of the total. And that money mostly goes to established organizations. This means your startup money is probably coming from individual people, most likely you and your friends, unless you can convince someone else to pony up. Typical nonprofit founders should plan on spending half their time fundraising once their programs are established, and more than that during their startup phase. Grants may be possible once your operation has proven itself, but you'll not be alone in wanting that money. From your perspective, your organization might be well worth funding. After all, your work addresses a real and pressing problem in society. So your dream of being fully funded seems reasonable enough to you. However, from a funder's point of view, your good cause is just one of many to choose from. Remember those million charitable nonprofits in the US? They're all addressing real and pressing problems in society. Many major funders are now looking at what makes your organization unique and how well you are working with other organizations in the community. And you will need to enlist other people as well. But other people don't always get along. They don't always see eye to eye. And sometimes they even bicker. So you will find yourself managing how these people work together, juggling their interests and needs while you want to be working on your programs. So in summary, there are a lot of nonprofits in existence, but that doesn't mean it's easy to start a nonprofit successfully. There is a whole lot of bureaucratic paperwork involved, but that should be the least of your worries. Founders tend to underestimate the amount of work entailed in delivering the program and services, and there's a lot of additional work on top of program delivery that may not be apparent up front. All this costs money, which is in short supply. Many other worthy causes compete for those funds, and working with people may give you more headaches than you expected. Fortunately, these problems are not insurmountable. With some foresight and enough flexibility, all of these issues can be avoided or minimized. You could end up founding the nonprofit of your dreams. In the next two videos, we'll get an overview of what it takes to start a successful nonprofit. If you found this video helpful, please remember to tell your friends and like it on YouTube. If you want to help make more videos like this, consider making a donation via PayPal. Thanks.